It's Bridget Harrison, aka Bridget H. Bridget. Anyways, before we get started, first of all, I need you guys to stop the video, pause it, do whatever you need to do. Click that little subscribe button on the screen. If you're not on a computer, just subscribe. Just stop what you're doing. Okay? We pause, we stop, we subscribe. So today I have my boo Chastity Simone. I'll drop her Instagram off later throughout the video under the description. So we're here doing a Fenty makeup look with Clapback lipstick. And I'm so excited. So I want to tell you guys like about her skin and everything I use. So right now you see me prepping her skin. I'm using Chanel Moisturizer Hydro Beauty. Like that's one of my favorite moisturizers. It's expensive. It's $100. But it's really, really good. And if you see her skin is like hella glowing, like it's glowing, and we haven't done anything like her skin, her shoulders and everything I had already prepped beforehand. I think I'm gonna make a video like just glowing up the skin and prepping the skin before a shoot or like once the makeup is finished. I think that'd be really, really dope to give you guys like insight on what products to use and how to go about using them. But yeah, so right now you see I'm using the Hydro Beauty. I'm using I use the Marc Jacobs coconut setting mist also beforehand. And then I use some Giorgio Armani fluid sheer in a number 10. And the brush I'm using is by Makeup Forever. It's the 108 brush. And I really love these brushes because you can put on a liquid or a powder with these brushes and it goes on really, really, really well. I can't wait to start doing videos live so y'all can see my face and when I mess up. Anyways, her skin is looking really, really good. I'm using the Real Technique sponges. I still use my beauty blenders, but as an affordable way, like, cause I like buying stuff. I like buying a lot of makeup and stuff. So I try to cut costs when I can. And if I can, and these Real Technique sponges are like $5 a piece. A beauty blender is $18. And honestly, they do the same thing. And I like the Real Technique sponges because they're flatter. And then so like up under the eye, around the nose, like the nostrils, you can really get up under there and do like put the foundation or whatever you're doing and it really applies it. And they're dope. And then sometimes Walgreens have them like buy one get one 50% off, and then Ulta has them on sale as well. So like I'm really into bargains. Like I will spend money on products, but if I can get something on sale or on a deal, I have no problem with that also. So right now that's all I'm doing is really still prepping the skin. I'm really big on skin. I used to didn't be big on skin. I would just kind of put some moisturizer on and be like, oh, do the makeup. But once I really, really got into prepping my skin and preparing my skin beforehand, it just made a big difference with my makeup application. So now I'm starting to do her highlight. So I use Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancer. It's like you can use it as a foundation, you can use it as a tinted moisturizer. If you have moisturizer and break it down. But I'm using it now. I'm using Kevyn Aucoin. It's the number 12. Normally I use the number 8. But this go around I'm using the number 12 because it goes, it's better for her skin complexion. And sometimes just depending on how I'm feeling, like I'll highlight in the beginning before I apply foundation, and then I'll highlight at the end, just depending on what look it is I'm exactly going for. And as you see, you guys, we're just chatting and we're talking and we're having fun. So right now I'm doing her cheekbones, up under her cheekbones to highlight that area. Now the thing I love about doing this is some people contour first, some people kind of do, you know, everybody does what works for them. But what I really, really, really love about this is when you start to add the dimension to the face, it starts to pop. So once I go in with my darker foundations, which I'm going to use Black Opal, when I go in with my darker foundation, you will see a difference. Like I know exactly where to lay the foundation. Okay, bam, put the contour here, put this here, put this here. And if you see from her face, like when she turns, you can see it. Of course, I'm gonna blend it in. You know, we gotta blend it in before we move to the next phase. So here, you guys, we're about to start adding my black Opal foundation for her contouring, and we'll be using black walnut and Carob. Ooh, I might have just messed that up. So I'm gonna spell it for you guys. Carob. Again, Carob. Don't judge me for my pronunciations. Okay, no, I'm just playing. But for real, for real. But it's I'm using black walnut and Carob mixed, and that's what I'm doing with her contour. And the makeup I'm using a Makeup Forever brush. I tried to Google and find the number because the number is off of my brush and I couldn't find it. But it's a Makeup Forever brush, and you guys, they're synthetic brushes, even though they won't give me my pro membership again. I digress. We're gonna work on that. Okay, but no, their synthetic brushes are like my favorite brushes to use for foundations and liquids and things of that nature, because when you use those brushes, like, you can pretty much put a liquid or a powder or a cream on with those brushes and get like a really, really good look. I just love them. Okay, you guys, so now I'm about to I blended everything, and so now I'm about to use my YSL powder, and I'm using the YSL. I would not dare try to pronunciate the name of it. It's the YSL loose powder. I'm using it with a powder puff, and it's the number 4. With my darker skin tones, I tend to use the YSL. It does a really good job with setting the foundation, but it also doesn't make the client or model look ashy. And I really, really, really like it. I love my Chanel, but Chanel, I don't know, I have to play with the Chanel again, the number 4. I have to play with it again and just kind of see, but I really love it. So, you know, once I kind of set it with the powder and everything, and then I go in with my Bennye Cocoa and my Fashion Fair Sable. Yes, Fashion Fair Sable. I go in and set and use those pressed powders and loose powders for the dimension, and it'll just warm her up, and then it'll give her really, really, really good balance. So here you'll see me applying more powder. I'm applying more loose powder up under her eyes. The reason why I'm applying the powder up under her eyes is just being really, really cautious, to make sure, not cautious, but just to make sure that I'm applying enough powder so she won't crease. And the powder helps set. So if you're having creasing issues, you can use powder. The powder really helps set the foundation, and it helps with creases a whole lot. So as I mentioned earlier, I was gonna set and do my dimension or my contour with the Bennye Cocoa powder and the Fashion Fair Sable. So I'm mixing. Sorry, you guys. I'm mixing the powders together. See, this is what happened. I started talking too fast. I'm mixing the powders together, and if you notice already that the warmth is giving her a balance with her skin and her face, and she just has. Let's talk about Chastity Simone right here. Chastity has one of my favorite facial features. Like, this sister, and then she has this short haircut. She is like banging, like hella banging. So if you see, just look, the dimension and the warmth to her face, like, it just brought her makeup alive. That's just my opinion. You guys, look at that warmth in her face. So now I'm here. Y'all know I love my Morphe brushes. Like, them brushes are like $6.99, $5.99. You know, to get a brush, like, yes, they shed. Yes, they shed. But baby, they blend. And they are my, and I have some brushes that cost a little more or whatever. But when I tell you these are my favorite brushes for blending, especially like in the nose area for my contouring and stuff. And even when I put my foundation, my eyeshadow on for my eyes, I really, really, really love Morphe brushes. And Morphe ain't send me nothing. Can y'all tell Morphe to send me something? Can y'all tell Morphe, like, hey, send Bridget a brush? They got, well, they could send me some of their makeup. But yeah, so yeah, this is like, I use this brush because sometimes you use a bigger brush. Or if you use something too big, it'll like lap over. But to use this brush here is the M511. I use M511, M501, and M411. Those are like my favorite three brushes from them. And I use their fan brush. Their fan brush was like $2.99, $3. They probably went up because I bought my brushes a while ago. But you guys, Morphe brushes are bomb. And they prices, you don't need no pro discount with prices like that. And they still have a pro discount. Yeah. So you guys, make sure y'all check out Morphe. Let them know I sent y'all. Okay, so with this eyeshadow, sometimes I apply with my fingers. It just kind of depends on what look I'm going for. But I ended up using my brush, which was a Morphe brush, the 511 M511. So anyways, for my shadow, I used Nars, the Dual Intensity palette. The color I used was URSA Major. Again, URSA Major. And it's in the Dual Intensity palette. And you know, with the Dual Intensity palette, if you spray the brush and then apply the shadows, it makes the colors pop even more. I didn't do that on this side. And then I also used Urban Decay Barlust shadow and Evidence mixed together. And then in the corner of her eye, I used Mushroom. Now, once you see the picture at the end, you'll get a better view of the shadow in the corner. But it was bomb. And for my liner, I used Inglot. And then I used Blackest Black by Natasha Denona. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but y'all know who Natasha is. And then I used Trace Gold for bronzer. And then I used Armani's number 10 in the fluid, which glows the body up. So that's where her glow comes from. And of course, on her lips, I use Clapback. And let's talk about these lips. I'm a work in progress. Lips are not my thing, but I do enough to get by. But lately, I've been doing more lipstick, focusing on it, and then practicing on myself. And then also, I've been watching like different Instagram people that are really good. I think it's Vlad, the makeup artist. She's really, really good with lips. So I used a couple tricks from her. And then I practice on myself. My lips are really, really, really small. But yeah, so this is Clapback from Fenty. And I hope you guys enjoyed everything. And make sure you subscribe. Y'all make sure to stop by Chastity's page and tell her hello. Go follow her on Instagram. She's hella dope. She does a lot of work. And yes, she's from Dallas. Thank you again for stopping by. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your blessings. Stay prayed up. Hello. And we'll catch up soon. Sooner than later. Bye.